We're following breaking news out of Queen's Park this hour. The province and the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario have reached a tentative deal averting a possible strike. For more on this, we're joined live by Ontario's Education Minister, Stephen Lecce. Minister, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thanks, Lena. Good to be here.
I listened to that press conference at Queen's Park. I know there's not much you can say because a ratification vote hasn't happened yet, but we do know a tentative deal has been reached and any outstanding issues will head to binding arbitration. How many issues, what kind of issues, and what do you think parents need to know about this deal?
Well, the first thing is, Lena, that 950,000 children are going to be in school for the next 3 years without the threat of a strike. They're going to have stability in their lives and predictability for their parents. And that in itself is a huge achievement. And I'm proud that we delivered this by working together with the union, yes, with the school boards and government coming together to provide that needed relief. Because for the last year, when kids have been in class in stable learning environments, we've seen EQAO data improve. Reading, writing, and math scores are either they're on track, and most of them are improving in all 3 grades. So it's a good sign. It's a reminder that we can get deals. We just have to put our kids first. With respect to this deal, what I can confirm is, yes, we did use a similar model to OSSTF in that any outstanding matters that we just couldn't agree on will go to binding interest arbitration, which is fair for all parties. And I just want to express gratitude to everyone providing a deal that I think is fair for the workers, yes, but it's a good outcome for our kids because they're going to be in school for 3 positive years of learning.
Yeah, and that's exactly what parents want to hear. Elementary teachers have been sounding the alarm over violence in schools in Ontario for a long time, and that's something parents take very seriously as well. Does this deal address that?
We do believe that on some of the critical priorities that our education unions have prioritized, that there's progress made, and likewise progress for government priorities and for school boards. I think we can all leave this negotiation with a sense of outcome achieved for the parties. And yes, I mean, as you know, this September we added 2,000. We funded 2,000 additional educators. We provided dedicated funding for safety monitors in schools and mental health, which is so important to education and to the safety of children. You know, I'm very proud as a government, we increased funding by literally over 500% from at the peak of spending under Kathleen Wynne's Liberals. So, you know, we understand there's more to do. Stability will help keep these schools safe, as well as additional investments we put in place. There's $650 million more this September than there was last year alone. So we understand the need for more. And I just want to recognize that the government, the Premier, we're all stepping up. And the way we keep kids in a positive environment, we avoid violence, behavioral challenges, is by creating continuity in their lives, by disallowing this revolving door of potential strikes and disruptions that really upend their lives. And that's why I'm really taking this opportunity to urge the Catholic and French unions to end the delay. Let's get this done and get the same type of deal that we just delivered for public elementary and public high school kids. Let's do the same for our Catholic and French kids. They deserve the same stability, and we're fighting to ensure that they stay in school.
It took 14 months to get here with the help of binding arbitration. I know you said at Queen's Park this morning you would have liked to announce a deal back in August or September. As the education minister, do you have any regrets about how long it took to get here?
Well, I mean, I certainly would have preferred deals earlier. We proposed this option going back to the early fall and even quietly proposed it to the unions in the midsummer. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of traction, including with many of the unions we're dealing with today. But obviously, they have moved on this. They were able to accept that binding interest arbitration can be an effective, fair mechanism to resolve disputes. So, you know, I'm just happy that, you know, in a way they've we're able to move a bit on a process that is so obviously in the interests of kids. And I'm just happy we're getting it done today. At the end of the day, for families, you have 3 years of peace. That's my mandate as minister, to stay at the table, be vigorous in our focus on stability and on getting back to basics in Ontario's publicly funded schools. Reading, writing, and math, STEM education, skilled trades. That is this government's focus. And I just hope that OECTA and AFO, the French board and the Catholic board, are listening to me today and understanding the point. We have a frame on the table. We have momentum behind the government. 70% of Ontarians agree with binding interest arbitration. So let's end the delay, because you're right. It's been a long time. This is the longest negotiation in many, many, many years. And I think parents just measure our progress measure the results really by our ability to get deals. And so today's a step forward for almost 1 million children. 60% of kids in Ontario schools have guaranteed ability to stay in school for the next 3 years when it comes to our provincial agreement. So I want that to be 100%. And so I'm urging Electa, urging AFO to move forward with us and end the delay.
All right. Education Minister Stephen Lecce, thank you for your time.
Thank you.